Hello, hello. Here we are back for the journey. Gotta keep it down a little bit today as well, since it's 2 a.m. at night. Actually, later than that already, so gonna try and let the girlfriend sleep as good as possible in the same room. So, yeah, bit tough, but we accommodate everything for the tourney, don't we? This map is pretty decent, I feel, but there's one big issue, and that being this one over here compared to this one. So, yeah, this is of course pretty unfortunate for one of these two teams. So, yeah, for the teams, of course, we have Towel and Ztatiz in the west, on Sumeria and Celts, up against the eastern side of Hoffman and Suede, on Zulu and Iroquois. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. I do expect Sway to have a very good game here. Horses quite near river position against Celts who sadly don't have fresh water in capital. And on the other side, Sumerians who, well, have fresh water, but of course aren't agricultural. So that's a big, big boost. A very strong advantage to the Eastern team here. If Hoffs ends up popping here, that's just the nail in the coffin, pretty much. Maybe, though, the underdogs can overcome any odds here and try and pull this one. Oh my, it's gotta be a short night, isn't it? I think I'm gonna be able to sleep quite well tonight, and quite a lot as well. This is just really ridiculous, isn't it? We've had pops every game. I don't know. Just for these last couple of games, there have been pretty much no pops at all early on in the tournament. But now they just won't stop coming through. This one's pretty big. Now this map's already, I would say, in insurmountable favor of the Eastern team. They have a pretty small map here, which is awesome for the Zulu, who can just get onto anyone, most importantly, the Celts. And also, my god, what is this, Ricky Tang? My boy. Rabbit over here. I'm being asked to perform a certain tongue twister. I'll do that in just a second. Let's look at this. What is it? Es klapperten die Klapperschlangen, bis ihre Klappern schlapper klangen. Alright. Alright. Now you owe me a participation in the next tournament. Right? Alright. Status over here already pretty livid. Of course, he's just joking, but of course pretty frustrating still to be put in a spot like this with Celts and then have the opponent pop, which they're gonna find out about next turn, as the Zulu are gonna have a suspiciously good score here. And this one is just getting super stupidly tough already for the Western team. We might have to do something about these early huts. I removed a lot of them actually from this map. I had 3 of those placed in the middle portion of the map, but I decided only 1 is enough, then having 1 in the backline spots here. However, this wasn't enough apparently to make sure this one doesn't go down to RNG, and RNG has been a huge factor in this game already. So the Zulu now with a suspiciously high score here, definitely gonna make the Western team think twice about if this is not actually rigged against them. Which, I mean, I'm joking a lot, but of course, like, these two guys have been so great in coordinating with me, scheduling. Even though they have little time, they've been great at scheduling. Towel even contributed a huge amount to the tournament prize pool, 44 euros, which is like $50 or more than that. So I love these two guys really for their participation and their help, but RNG just screws them over every damn time, more so than I do. by map design even, and that's saying a lot, isn't it? Yeah, the Celts just on their warrior spam for now. Nothing special. I'll try and get my missing spies down. Hope this works out. Yep, Suede's under my radar now, on my radar. But I guess Towel just won't let my spy in there. Guess he's not having it today. This one's already looking really tough, right? So what I'm looking for here is, this is the hardest possible game to play, in my opinion, between these two civs, or between these four civs for the Western team. Everything has gone against them. So I want to see them put up the best fight they can and try and make this one close. And even when you're so far ahead early on, or especially when you're so far ahead early on, this might lead to the opponent getting a little bit, or yourself getting a little bit, overconfident is a possibility there. Suede might go for the kill on the scout here, because, oh, never mind, it's Hoff's scout. I'm just an idiot, aren't I? Of course, Hoff and Suede have now made contact. Both teams know where their allies are and have contacted them, and I think they also know where their enemies are, other than, of course, the Iroquois, which haven't yet been found out by the Western team. So, the Zulu, I'm not sure if they actually found the Celts over there, so that I'm not sure on, but they've definitely found the Sumerians, so there's that. First, veteran warriors now also coming out there for Hoff. He might try to give Towel a GA, but of course he's gonna try and move away to not let that happen. This one over here, quite the scary move there for Hoff. If Ztatiz outspeeds him, he could kill that scout, but that also gives Hoffman some decent intel into where the Celts are at if he hadn't already seen them before. So, yeah, good for them in that sense. Alright, they are moving, and let's see if this Enkidu actually can get away, or if he's gonna be forced into a GA here. Hoffman isn't hitting yet, which is quite strange. I think he should just go for the attack right now. He doesn't need more warriors than he's got, in my opinion. So what I want him to do is just hit this one right now. 3 warriors are definitely enough to hold on in this one. He doesn't go for the hit though. He wants to make sure he's safe. Guess he's gonna move another warrior in the way towards Ulundi. Actually, I don't think this is that dumb. I think you're quite far ahead early on. Usually you would always want to give Sumeria the GA, but he just wants to minimize any risk of dying here, because if he doesn't die here, the game's already in the bag, is what he's thinking there. Suede, 4 pop there on Salamanca. Towel trying to go for the double move into Ulundi. Let's see if he can get it off. There goes the warrior. He might still hit, but the hit is late, and luckily for Towel, at least, he doesn't get the GA forced onto him. So the hit was later than Hoff managed to reinforce. Suede already out with the settler. Of course, Ztatiz did the same on his side of the map, but Suede now left with 1 more pop than the Celts already. So it's definitely tough. Now the good news for Celts is that they at least have a couple of forests and BGs to work. But of course, you'd much rather have that river, right? The population is just everything right now, and they don't have any extra. He's gonna plant where he is at. I feel like this one up here might have been the better plant, just because he gets more score out of it, and he gets another spot on the river if he really wants it. But guess he decides against it for multiple reasons, probably. We see Hoffman with the burning capital, mister. That's interesting, isn't it? Let me just pull something up there real quick. You can keep watching the stream, of course. I'm looking for something real quick for you guys. Because this is pretty interesting here, the burning cap for Hoffman. Here. Would you look at this? Isn't this funny? Isn't this funny? He acknowledges it himself. Very interesting thoughts. Side here. Alright, he's the first one to burn his cap. Yes, it happens to the best of us, and to Hoffman as well. Ho ho. Aren't I funny? What a comedian. Alright, now back to business there. Hoffman's stabilized now. He's got a bunch of warriors out for sentry as well as his scout. Ztatiz staying back there in a more of a defensive sentry position. Has now also found the Iroquois second city. Of course, Suede's just pulling ahead massively here in terms of pop. Now, it doesn't show on the scoreboard right now if you compare him to the Celts, but it's gonna do so very soon because this city's on a luxury, so he's already got a luxury hooked, and he has way more population than the Celts, and that's gonna be a continuing trend throughout this match. It's gonna be definitely tough for the Western team to catch up here and score. The opponent having that river start, having an early luxury, two early luxuries actually, with Hoffman roading his as well, and having a pop means that you're pretty much doomed to lose on score. They already know they're gonna have to kill here. That's gonna be a tough task, always against the Zulu, of course. The war declaration comes in here now. I'm actually amazed I didn't see where that was. Did they take his scout or anything? I'm really clueless right now. I don't even see where that was. Guess he must have taken his scout. Hoffman now gets his third city out. Of course, after the pop, it's not too surprising. Towel, interestingly enough, not having opted for a settler just yet. Let's check in there what he's got. He's got nothing because I don't have a spy on him yet. I'm gonna try to get that done next turn. And oh, the Iroquois already with another settler. Yep, there we go. Suede straight up, another settler there. Has a very safe plant, so why not? Really, there's no downside to planting that. Only thing is he doesn't have his horses yet, so he might want to secure those, but other than that, I think he's very happy with what he's got there. Gonna plant that city this turn, and now they're gonna have 3 and 3 cities against 2 and 1. So that's you know, a tough road ahead, an uphill battle, if you will. All right, I do agree. Those tundra peninsulas are pretty funny there. I hope I didn't mess up the C. No, I didn't. The C, yeah, the C is placed correctly. All right. So, as we keep watching there, Hoffman has got a couple of warriors over at Zumeria now, but of course, that's a burning cap. All right, Hoffman, at least you got that one right. Maybe he's actually gonna find it, and then he can meme on them in Orchard again. Suede here playing very recklessly, of course, not overly recklessly, just calculated. Doesn't need anything. He's got 2 warriors, same amount of workers. He's gonna hook those horses. He might just colony them. But no, I think he's actually roading them, and he's just gonna get another settler here. I think he feels safe enough to do that. So no rush there. Just gonna road it and plant up here is what I'm thinking. You know, he's got so beautiful land for an agricultural civ. Can irrigate those deserts as well. It's looking very, very nice for him. If only the other 2 guys had swapped their positions, they might have a little bit of a better shot in this one. Of course, the pop happening there for the Zulu kinda speaks against that. Over here, though, Towel with the rally point at least gets to secure his road. Still does need to make sure that he doesn't burn his capital again, because if he did, that would mean Hoff can just walk in next turn, provided that there isn't any, you know, there he's not moving anything else back there. Let's get another spy out, though. Please give me that spy. All right, there it is. Spy out. Now it's not as exciting anymore to look at him because we see all his units. Right. It's got those 5 Enkidu that we see, and the city is empty, so we now know what he has. Suede doing exactly what I thought he would do over here. And the first barbs have also spawned now, so maybe some shenanigans there. Maybe somebody's gonna lose a worker to them or so. Would be hilarious. Over here, Towel managed to regulate his happiness accordingly, gets that Enkidu out, and is at least not gonna die here. Hoffman not taking the 1v1. I would actually, really, just real talk, I would just hit that Enkidu. Best case, you get a kill, and the game is over. If you don't get the kill, he gets the GA. So where's the downside, really? I think that was a pretty decent shot at getting a free GA there. And even with the upside, the maximum upside, if you ended up winning that combat. So yeah, there's that. Wouldn't have hated it. Hoffman now even feeling comfortable enough moving his warriors around a bit at home and trying to definitely wall off that Enkidu so to not lose any roads or even worse, workers. He's roading the iron already, so he's looking for a very early push, I guess. And Suede doing the same over here suggests to me that he's also going to go for, well, as usual, early chariots there. And again, I expect him to just plant a city right there, get the fresh water, and get the horses. So yeah, just pretty much agree with everything that Suede and Hoff have done so far. On the other side, would have liked to see an early second city for Samaria, but yeah, you know, is what it is. You're definitely gonna need to kill this, so you're gonna have to think about that already. If you're the Western team, you definitely need that kill. Score-wise, you can see right there, Suede and Hoff both miles above both of their opponents. It's really not even close. 140 versus 111. So that's ridiculous. Alright, we'll see. We'll see how this evolves. Hoffner with his first MP out, giving Towel the opportunity to put him into a golden age there. Towel's thinking about it, but don't think he's going to go for that since Hoffman clearly wants it. And he's hooking that iron. Alright, the war deck comes in over here. Suede covers that tile. I think that's a very nice play from him. Samaria forced themselves into a GA now, and they cannot even go for the 50-50 take on the city there. So, yeah, good job by Suede, reinforce it in time. This Enkidu is gonna have to heal up, and the GA is taken by Samaria on one city, which is pretty awkward, I would say. Let's see, Hoffman trying to get the production ruined there, or the happiness even. It doesn't end up burning the cap again. And Suede actually with a very early Kura out here. Yep, just checking in. Philosophy still fine there. So all good. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Thank you very much. No more science for me. Alright. Hoffman now blocking the Sumerian's iron. I guess he just wants to keep the warrior and not lose it, so he gets on a good defensive tile. Don't think that iron really matters. Hoffman hooking his, and still that fact hasn't been discovered yet by the Zulu, I don't think, although they had the Enkidu over here earlier, I think, so they might have seen him start that road. Suede still with no fourth city of third settler out because of course, there have been a couple of units stopping by and he's lost a warrior too, so he wants to make sure the border is safe and secure before going for another city plant there. Looking good for him though so far. So yeah, I very much like his situation there. The warrior wall is pretty successful. Now over here, Towel, I even losing units there against Hoffman, trying to clear out those warriors. He's got that settler out for now at least, so guess he's just gonna plant right there on the spices to get the luxury as well. Although he could plant here, though again, score isn't really that important to them. They're definitely gonna need the kill, they already know that. So maximizing score isn't that important. Of course, you still do want to get as much score as possible, so you don't have to kill as early, but yeah, we'll see how they think about that. Now the Sumer Enkidu is gonna heal up a little bit more, I imagine. Over there, he discovers that Hoff is rolling his iron, still moves his Enkidu around a bit, but not gonna go through that work. I don't think he might go and try the same thing that he did over there on Suede, going for the 50-50 on the warrior and then try to take a road, but we'll see how that works out for him. Suede on the other side, he's got another warrior just keeping that wall up and close. He's got the Kura now scouting towards the Celts. I guess he's really just gonna have that as a defensive naval sentry. Don't really think he's gonna go anywhere with that, because again, they don't need to. They're in no means are they forced to look for a kill here, and therefore they just need to do some living. Still think they're gonna look for an attack. They're by far the most sweatiest team in this tournament, so maybe they don't, but usually they want to play the game as well, so they're definitely gonna look for an attack at some point. But yeah, it is what it is. They're now also moving the warrior line up, so it looks like Suede's trying to get out of his box right there. Moves up the warrior line, as I just said. Third city coming out for the Celts as we're talking, and the Sumerians actually did end up walking up one more tile. I don't think that's a bad choice for them. Already chopping there, I guess that's gonna be a wall there for Sumer. And the interesting thing there for the Zulu is they've only built warriors really, other than those 2 impy that they got. So with all those warriors, they can upgrade quite a bit of them, I think, to swordsman already, since Suede doesn't really need all that much money, and I think he's got quite a lot of it. Over there we've got 2 impy approaching the Celtic borders, and they don't have a bunch of warriors for themselves, so they might actually end up losing the city there. It's 7 warriors out for them, but 2 of them are on sentry duty, so those 5 warriors that we see right there are all that they've got. They're pretty tough. Aye. And we'll see how they make it work, or if they make it work. Hoff not going for any cheeky double moves so far, so Celts at least got another warrior out there of Elysia. It's only a regular one, but it might deter an attack with. We'll see how that's gonna play out. 9 warriors now, so he's got 2 out this turn. I think he's safe for the time being, not gonna die there. But of course still needs to worry about that potential swordsman upgrade there from Hoffman. And Suede still working on his improvements there. Has moved the warrior lineup once more, and I don't think he's looking to plant aggressively. I think the only purpose that serves is that he can't get double moved into Niagara Falls by one lucky Enkidu combat. Now that still can happen on that one tile, but he's greatly minimized the chance, and he can now make it impossible by just moving one more warrior underneath that tile. So I think that's what he's looking to do there. He's not necessarily looking to turn up the pressure on the Celts just yet. Still sailing up a little bit further with the Kura, perhaps looking to find any coastal plans for the opponents to check whether or not they could even boat him, which I don't dislike that choice. They are just investing into being safe for now, I would say, on the eastern side, and that's really all that they need to do. 3 archers there for Suede, which you haven't even seen yet, so yeah, he's definitely playing the safe route there. 4 impies for Hoff. Even more than I thought, but those 10 warriors are definitely scary too. Could upgrade already, as I said. He's probably got a good amount of gold there, and he's got the iron hook now, which again these Sumerians are aware of. There's not been a lot of movement there for Sumeria offensively recently, so maybe he could try and look for that worker steal or something, and I would appreciate that. Suede apparently looking to extend his warrior line up north as well, seeing that those Enkidus are approaching him. He's probably just trying to extend his border patrol over here, or he's trying to get the settler out soon, so that's also a possible reason for that warrior moving up there. We'll see what it ends up being. Over there for the Celts, they have largely managed to keep their opponents out of their land, but they're now roading their iron, and that makes it pretty interesting there for Hoff. Maybe he could get even as much as a worker steal there and deny the iron hook. If he denies the Celts the iron hook there, I'm convinced they're just gonna move in on for the kill on Ztatiz pretty soon, because if he doesn't get that GA within the next 10 turns, I think they can just roll over him with archers from Suede and a couple of swordsmen from Hoffman. Now maybe Towel can create enough pressure there for that and not to happen. Suede's still moving up more units, so might not be time just yet, but he's got the settler out of Niagara Falls, so I think, yep, there he moves. Gonna be planting that next turn. Chop completes their first Sumer, and looks like he's not going for walls, otherwise they would have already shown up. So probably just chopped a second barracks there. It might even be a granary, but I doubt that. Let's check in. We have the opportunity to investigate. Alright, did chop the barracks, yeah, no granary. Fair enough choice. I do like that. If you play in Sumeria, really no point in getting that second granary. You're definitely not gonna outgrow the opponents on this one, so yeah, I don't hate that. Suede has got another settler out, even which I didn't even notice. Must have come out of Grand River. And gonna plant that coastal one over here. I'm not sure exactly if that's the best choice. Could have also probably just planted down here. But guess he just wants up another decent city. Oh, he has another grassland over here, a bonus grassland. So guess that's what he's looking for. Tower going for the Pierce attempt, but doesn't end up getting it. I like that he's still looking for stuff offensively. So that's good. And Hoffman, he's got two elites over here. Must have missed those promotion, probably off the barbs. Very smart play by him. He's got two elites that's impossible to clear out without the Galax, which, however, have come through right now. And he's definitely not going to waste any Galax hitting into those EMP though. So he's definitely going to have to catapult those out if he wants to clear them out manually, that is. There's a bunch of units over there on the Celts already, so it's a little bit scary. What he's doing right now is he's gonna mine all the regular grasslands and look to eventually get 1 per turn Galax out of his capital. Hence why he's not improved the bonus grasslands yet. He's gonna try to look for that GA early and get as many 2 shield GA tiles, excuse me, as possible. If he's now moving around there, that might be a possible target for Ztatiz to hit to look for his GA. It doesn't look like it immediately. I do like it. Like very quick communication by Suede+Hoffman. That's actually beautiful moves there. Hoffman not even going for the free worker. What he's doing is he's moving onto the mountain so that Ztatiz won't get the... wow, well that's good play there for Ztatiz. Actually really nicely done. Suede, well, he could have moved down south and lived. Ztatiz moving through Lugdunum and gets the 2 moves onto the Wine Hill, so he gets the GA. A very nice awareness on his part. Suede could have moved down 1 and delayed the GA by 1 turn. Then of course next turn the Celts could have just double moved on him. They have the quicker unit, so really couldn't have run forever there. Suede couldn't, so fair enough. Sumer now just sending archers over there onto the Zulu. Not sure how much that's gonna do. Maybe he would be better off harassing Suede a bit there. But decides he's gonna go for the nearer opponent, I guess. Suede, having hooked his own horses, is probably just gonna go into chariot production right now. Although the Sumerians have managed to pierce through into his land up north, clearing out the defensive warrior on the jungle. Suede with a catapult out already though, so he's really thought of everything. Investing maximum shields into defense there, gets the clear out. Just very solid play there. Doesn't do anything spectacular, anything outstanding, anything amazing. Just proper play, I would say. I do like the choice by Hoff not to go for a GA here and not to build that many imps actually. They have good pressure on the Celts even without a ton of imps, and if they don't have catapults there, those imps could definitely have crushed his game. But if he had researched those catapults, I don't even think those imps would have been that dang impactful. Now you could argue that the only one who could kill Suede+Hoffman would be the Celts, so you can sacrifice Hoff's entire power spike just to spam out imps on the Celts, get your GA, and drown him so he never gets off the ground. That would be a viable play for them. And again, without a kill, they don't lose this game. So you might be right there that getting more imps could have been worthwhile. Now I think what he's doing is he's still catapulting down on that Enkidu, although it looked a little bit to me as though he actually hit that one with a unit of his. Let's check in. Yeah, he's got 1 catapult, so I think he's just catapulting away at that one. Although it did promote, so he must have hit it. Guess it was down to 2 HP and he figured he would take his chances. Didn't end up rolling in his favor. I guess he's just getting that MPO there onto the mountain or try to block more bonus grasslands. I don't think he needs to get on the mountain since this iron isn't really relevant to their chances. Suede, meanwhile, he's really got a ton of MP cities, but he can definitely afford to do so. Those don't mean anything right now. No way for anyone to get through to his. And he's even making sure that nobody's got coastal cities, which Hoff can confirm for him on the northern side. Very decent play there. Actually, just thinking of everything and making sure they don't get surprised. Now, what they gotta do is, of course, just stick to that plan. Suede's moved up another warrior towards here, onto the hill. Not sure how good that is. Think, well, maybe he's trying to bait more Gallic attacks since that might be a favorable shield straight for him. But still, I'm not sure he needs to use his units like that. Maybe he wants to free up some unit support too, but I think he's pretty good on it. Of course, he's got 6 cities, yeah. How many units he got? Not more than 24. So yeah, no, it's not for unit support reasons. Yeah, I'm not sure I like the play. He definitely wants the vision there, but I guess a Zulu MP would be more effective in that same spot, I would think. I feel like they could actually make sure that the Celts don't plant here, because it's a very nice city for them to plant. He's wasting the bonus food, of course, of the wines, but he gets the freshwater and he gets the coastal, and he's not going to get this coastal right here. So maybe that would be a decent plan for the Celts. So I wouldn't hate an MP over there. Hoffman has succeeded in chipping away at this Enkidu, which I do like. Although this archer stack is coming into reinforce very soon. Let's see if Hoffman actually blocks off this tile there to make sure he doesn't connect with that stack. Oh, actually, these archers take the road here. Hoffman not quick enough to reinforce, and a decent play there for Towel. Gets onto this tile, reinforces with another Enkidu, and Hoffman's now got a... This is strange. Hoffman's still catapulting away at this northern one. Would actually prefer him now catapult away at this one, unless he's 100% positive. Iroquois declared war on the Zulu. Does Suede have his GA unit already? Did I miss something? Oh yeah, he does. I don't see it currently. Must have been this warrior or something, or someone. Really not sure where he did that again. I'm just blind today, I guess. But yeah, Hoffman does have enough units to reinforce that city. Actually, this road take doesn't mean anything, right? There's still another road, so never mind that. He's got all the time in the world that he needs to clear those units out. At least Tao's probably going to get that one pillage off. But yeah, again, not sure. Maybe he could have gained more out of that stack had he sent it south towards Suede. Hoffman preparing for another double move, actually moving south with that MP. Maybe now trying to get onto the Celts as well. They have entered their GA and are starting to get out a couple of Gallics, I would assume. Although that's a veteran spearman for the time being. So not fully investing into those expensive ass units just yet. Alright, over here on the eastern theater, we see just all those units being funneled into this one spot. For Towel, not sure where he's gonna go for that. The only relevant road he could take would be this one, I guess. Although this one is just as important. Maybe he could look for a double move there onto this, which would be decent, but again, Bapedi could still be reinforced from the capital. I think Hoffman can afford to do that. So I don't think this is lethal by any means. Even if Hoffman were to misplay, excuse me, or something. Yeah, so I don't think there's too much of a worry there. Also pretty decent sentry there. It's not a very big border, so they can just position their units all along this middle section of the map. The Gallics for the Celts can't therefore make an unseen assault. And we see over here the pillage comes through for Towel. Didn't move the stack this turn. Might still do it end of turn. And Hoffman sees that coming. Did he actually succeed in blocking the attack there? I don't think he did. GA taken by the Iroquois if they didn't do so before. So he gets the kill onto that Celtic warrior. I feel like it's probably his GA there, otherwise don't think he would have gone for that attack just yet and given up the fact that he's already upgraded. So yeah, GA for Suede now as well. Everybody in their GA. So yeah, big production there. Let's go. I feel like this Enkidu should be retreated at this point. Does so. Hoffman immediately closes off the tile, and Towel might I don't know, might be looking to advance with that stack, but I don't think he's got any viable options right now as to where to go. Hoffman now completely reinforcing that important road here, so even given himself a backup road down here. I do like that. Is that a hit? Yep, I think these archers are hitting a Lundy, but Hoffman catches him in the act. No issue there, reinforcing in time. I don't even think he hit with all the archers. No, he didn't do so, but Hoffman, of course, being alert there is definitely nice to see. Defends the attack. and nothing much comes of it. The warrior wall has been broken a little bit. We see a bunch of Galax. This is way more than I would have expected at this point in time. He gets a double move onto this hill, gets a promotion even, and now Suede's just gonna have to reinforce Allegheny as much as he can. We'll have to see how much units he's got there. He's got a ton of warriors, but many of them are out and about, so not sure if he does have enough to defend it. He's got 4 catapults and 5 archers, so yeah, the defensive bombard is definitely sufficient for him to survive if Ztatiz were to actually hit that city there. Now, if the Celts end up getting a road cut, that would be pretty massive. Right, they could maybe by killing this warrior, move into the land and then get a road cut off. That of course could change a lot. Hoffman now trying to make that impossible. I think he's going to try to get that impy onto the crucial ivory here, so Suede is probably going to move that warrior off it very soon. I like that Ztatiz is going for a Hail Mary play here. They're going to need the kill at some point, so why not just go now with your surprisingly big stack. Yeah, gotta make sure they get the vowel right there. Hoffman's gonna lose that worker or that city. Oh, not that city, of course, but I guess he's just gonna get the city plundered there. But I don't think he really cares about that right now. Towel gonna move out and heal those units, I expect. And therefore, things are gonna calm down a little bit, unless, of course, that Gallic stack causes any, well, anything. Interesting over here, the warrior actually prioritizing good and reinforcement by Hoff, prioritizing the worker over the city. I don't think that's the way it works in single player. But right here, maybe because, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because, no, really no clue. All right. Hoff loses the worker there. Pretty unfortunate for him. He's got no workers left, so poor guy. Gotta make one. Gonna sacrifice one pop for that. One population, that is. So, Barb definitely scary. 2 versus 3 right here. But I think Hoffman and Suede are just fine with that 2 versus 3. And since they've now figured out where the Gallic stack's at, they have probably no more worries right now. I think, yeah, again, Suede does have definitely enough defensive bomber to just survive a straight forward attack. So that's not gonna be what Ztatiz is looking for. He's unfortified the stack. He might move it this turn, but I'm not sure where to. Actually ends up moving up north. Very, very interesting. Not sure I do like this move. I'm wondering where he's actually looking at with that. They might be looking for a hit onto Alandi here. The Enkidu have hit now, so he moves in there, tries to get the hit off, but there's nowhere near enough units, I don't think, because Hoffman just can move all of his units into the city right now. I don't think they're gonna go for this hit. This would be a bit much, really, I think, but we'll see what ends up happening there. And they haven't hit just yet, so I think he's just still considering that. So right now reestablishing his defenses a little bit, and yeah, and these Galax are now a little bit yeah, caught in the act there. Is he hitting actually over here? I don't think so. I think that he's just getting catapulted at. So what's going on? Yeah, oh no, he's actually hitting up north. So he's now taking control of that forest that Hoffman wanted him to not to enter. So I guess he just gets that time. Doesn't go for the hit on Alandi, which would have been weird, really. So yeah, not a bad choice. Don't think he's lost any units out of his stack so far, so good on him for that. But I also don't think that's gonna cause a lot more trouble for his opponents now that they've figured him out. Suede got another settler. Meanwhile, he's recovered from the shock of the entering Galax. Don't know yet where he's gonna plant that. I assume just somewhere up here, actually. Well, here. I think this is gonna be the spot, most likely. But might actually go for the hill plant. Does end up being this one, though, it looks like. So, yeah. I would like the hill too. So we'll see what he ends up choosing. Over here, Ztatiz, I guess, might heal his units for one turn, might also go for another double move soon, though. So we'll keep watching those closely. Oh, yeah. Alright, there's the piece treaty for Hoffman and Suede. I guess they've no, and although they don't need to trade anything, I don't think. At least they get the peace treaty for whenever they might need to do that. Probably just passing some gold right now, or also some tax. They might have gone for map making actually, although I don't think that will make any sense for them in this game. Map isn't too difficult to play without having perfect vision, and also ships aren't really necessary for them. That goes another move though by the Celts. They do end up entering Zululand here as the second time Towel's cap is on fire. He actually goes for the hit onto Zimbabwe. I don't think he's... Is he just straight up hitting? Yes, Hoffman a little bit late on the reinforced. There is a bit worrisome. He's now started it though, and I think he's gonna get enough units in there. I don't think the Celts actually attack with the entire stack. So what he might end up doing is... Alright, never mind. I think what he was hoping for is that Hoff might end up moving this entire stack or most of it into Zimbabwe so he could take the road down here. I think that was Ztatiz+'s plan in actuality. But of course, Hoffman being a bit slow on the reinforcement and not wanting to do so before it's really necessary was a good choice by him. So he didn't give up that road, which would have been a bit worrisome there. I agree that that was a smart play. Now, Suede actually ends up going for the hill plant up here. I do like that, as I said. It's freshwater, it's a good defensive spot, puts more pressure on the opponent. Yeah, whatever else, it's a decent choice, I think. Now, the Celts are moving a few more units out. They are doing this in full vision of Suede, though. He has got his units fortified on that hill, so he's knowing full well what's going on. I hope this wasn't a turn skip. I'll keep ending turns, although I don't think that necessarily has anything to do with it. So it's got his galley fortified, or his Kura, excuse me, fortified over here for the time being, as nobody else has got any ships out so far. Celts probably just gonna go regroup with that stack. Might collect that barb camp up here actually, as it's just sitting there, waiting on a silver platter to be picked up. And yeah, down south, Suede just keeping playing along happily, getting the border expands out. Now he's just playing this one slow and methodical. I don't blame him for that. Looks very good for the team right now. Let's check in with the score for just for the fun of it. It's a brutal side. They're both 20 points above the opponent's highest scorer. A very, very, very unfavorable map to them. So yeah, there's that. What is it in terms of score? It's 231 versus 171. So it's 60 score difference, literally. I think it is. So 60 score difference is a bit much to overcome, really. They need those kills, and they need one pretty soon, I would imagine. I'll check in with the turn limit soon enough. Celts actually end up going for another move, maybe trying to get onto this road there. Actually, I'm not sure what's going on there right now. They don't end up stepping on the road, alright? Probably don't want to lose those units for free and end up getting catapulted out. So just moving around for the time being. Might look for that iron eventually. Hoffman did get out another settler, but not sure where he's gonna look. Gonna end up planting that one. He's not got that many safe city spawns right now. Funnily enough, that hill here might actually be where he's gonna plant that one, although he didn't move the settler onto that tile this turn, so perhaps thought twice about it and now gonna head a different direction is what I imagine. Still causing a little bit of worry up here for the Sumerians, although they do cover their road in time, so all good. We'll see. Suede even going for the wars there in LA again. He's really just double and triple checking that he's doing everything again to minimize the risk of dying here, and of course shouldn't do so if he plays it properly. Don't think that's gonna end up happening here, him dying that is. Gets the next city out, Tonawanda, as we said. Decent plant there. Probably also just gonna go walls into temple. And despite Ztatiz getting his Galax ready over here, I think he's actually getting hit right now. Yeah, he's getting hit by Suede from over the river, or not over the river, but you know what I mean, right? So that's gonna be painful. They lost 2 Galax, and I don't think Suede lost any of his mounted. It's just all going bad right now for Ztatiz and Towel. Can really just hope that on their side choice they can make, they can create something better, and also hope for better luck, of course, with the map in that case. So right now also clearing out those Sumerians up north, it looks like. He's really working overtime with those mounted. Didn't think he had that many, but maybe he's already got quite a collection. 5 of them. Well, it's not a lot, but no, decent amount of mounted to just clear up stray units. And they actually did go for map making. That was probably why they made peace earlier. It was trading that tech, I imagine. I, this is just no, I can't say it. I can't say it. I was gonna say I don't like the play because it's not a. I don't think it's very good to go for map making here, as I said earlier. But I can't say it, so I say great job, Suede. I love it. That's definitely a gold star in my books. Going for naval stuff. Again, the only reason I could think of for making a galley here, if you were serious about just try-harding all the way, the only reason there for me, as Entremont burns as well, so Hoffman's prophecy ends up being right. So the only reason for a galley, what I think is, Celts are gonna have to commit to a desperate attack at some point. So if a few units in a galley, so that you can always force a bunch of Celts to stay at home to defend your galley, right? So that's the thought. Maybe have 3 or 4 galleys, load up, or even just bluff. You don't even need to load anything. You can also just have those galleys stand next to the Celts' land, literally, and they can never move out of their home with all their units, because they gotta make sure they defend against those landing forces. That's the only thought I can think of, is once the Celts leave home, you might look for a surprise attack in the back and look for a kill there then. So that's like my only thought as to why he would go for a galley. Whichever it really is, he's still having it stood at home right now. Might be waiting for a couple of units to load in, but Towel and Ztatiz actually now end up GGing, feeling that all their plays have run out. I don't disagree with that. Being the case, was very unfortunate for them since the start, of course. So I don't blame them again. All right, I did like their idea coming in, right? Going for Celts and Sumer. It's pretty solid choices there. But of course, in the end, Iroquois on the river, Celts without one, Zulu popping. It was pretty much over at that point. I respect them for trying something, going for an upgrade and looking for a kill. Nonetheless, they coordinated it really well as well, with those Enkidus moving and then those Galax coming in. But it just wasn't supposed to be today, I assume. We'll see as to when we're gonna look for that game 2 of this series. I'll keep you guys posted and updated, of course. For now, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you guys. I don't really know yet when the next one's gonna be, so that's unfortunate. But it's definitely not gonna be too long of a time until the tournament stream goes live again. So if you want to make sure not to miss it, always keep an eye out in the Discord and the Steam chats. Sign up for the stream viewer ping on Discord, or just turn on the notifications for this Twitch channel right here. Alright, it's been Hadrada with the quarterfinal matchup, best of 3 game 1 between Ztatiz and Hoffman. No. Ztatiz+Towel and Hoffman and Suede. The latter one's picking up the win here, going at 1-0. And Ztatiz and Towel are gonna have side choice for that last one. GG everybody, we're out for today, and we're gonna see you guys in the next tourney game.